Hello students, a very critical topic regarding democracy, because on one hand we claim democracy to be a better form of government, and at the other end we are discussing about democracy which is supposed to be not very successful in economic growth and development. Yes, if democracies are compared with the dictatorships or the countries where there is one man rule, they have better economic growth. This worries us really, because when we are expecting from democracy and we are strongly committing that it is a good form of government, and we all know that economic development, economic growth is very, very important for any other sphere of development. We have read it very well in the economics chapters. So if economic growth and development is not there, then what makes us to say that democracy is better? Now we will put our arguments that the economic growth and development of a country does not depend only on the factor that the country is democratic. Yes, because in the beginning of the chapter I told you that democracy can only provide us opportunity for development. It is not a guarantee for development. Moreover, the economic growth of a country depends on not only that the country is democratic, but also on the other four factors, which in short I gave you in my previous lecture. Today we will do it in detail. The first factor for economic growth and development which is responsible is population size. And we have so many times discussed that Indian states are bigger than European countries. The size, the shape and the population size of India is very big. And we also discussed that for development, for comparison, we use averages and they hide disparities. So in economic growth and development, the first factor that counts a lot, that is population size. Second is the geographical situation of a country. That what is the geographical situation? Take the example of India. India is surrounded by, in the northwestern frontiers, in the northeastern frontiers, we are very critical. We have borders of the other neighboring countries. Then if we come to the southern part, this southern east and southern west and southern eastern part, then also we will see that we have to see many other countries, many other, even some of the Asian countries, South Asian countries, these are hit by lots of disparities and they have no economic development at all. Some of the democratic countries, they have less economic growth and development as compared to India. So geographical situation counts a lot. Third factor which counts in the economic growth and development of a country is cooperation from the neighboring countries. You can put it down on your note copies, these points. First I told you population size. Second, I told you geographical situation of a country. And third, I am telling you cooperation from the neighboring countries. India's neighboring countries, either we have threat from them, or some of the countries, they are so poor, for example Bhutan, they are dependent on us even for their basic requirements. So this counts a lot, that what is the cooperation by the neighboring countries to a country. And the fourth and very important, and all the four are important, the fourth one, C, very important for India particularly, the priorities given by the government to the economic policies. It counts a lot that how much priority, prime factor, prime attention, that how much priority a government is giving to the economic policies in a country. Yes, I will give you one example. Why industrial revolution took place in England? Although in USA, in America also, there were good conditions prevailing for industrial revolution. Only one factor was responsible. America itself was a colony for some time under the British, but in Britain government gave priority to the economic policies, and this led to the industrial revolution first of all in England. So these four factors also count for the economic growth and development of a country. Not only democracy, but these 4 points also. Now, even then, when we see the economic growth and development in dictatorships or in non-democratic countries, the difference between the democracies and these countries is negligible, means very small, very little difference. But even then, this factor worries us. When we are considering democracy to be a better form of government, we also expect from democracy not to lag behind in this matter also. Moreover, we cannot deny democracy on this ground, on the ground of that it has lack of economic growth and development, because democracy has many other positive points. Because other positive points which are absent in non-democratic countries, that democracy gives us, democracy provides us. And then we expect democracies all over the world to work on this direction, to work in this direction, to work for the economic growth and development, to take quick decisions, try to take quick decisions with norms and procedures, and to tend for, to focus on the economic growth and development. Then only this challenge will be over and democracies will be improved. This is your 5 marks topic. We switch over quickly to the next topic, that is inequalities and poverty. Another 5 marks topic, long answers. Most of the questions in this chapter are of 5 marks. Inequalities and poverty. Perhaps more than what we think of economic development, what is the thing that matters a lot is inequalities and poverty. India hit by poverty. It doesn't mean that in India there are no rich people. There are very rich people, but can income be distributed among all equally? Can everyone would have better life if the resources and the income is distributed equally? It is not possible, because democracy provides opportunities to develop, opportunities for economic growth and development, not a guarantee for it. If we look at India, even if we look at the other Asian countries, there are heights of inequalities and poverty. Inequalities, the biggest inequality between rich and poor. One equality is necessarily there in democracy. We cannot deny the fact that one equality is always there. That is political equality, one person, one vote. In every democracy, there is one person, one vote. This is your 1 mark question. What is political equality? This means one person, one vote. It also means, if it comes in 3 marks, you can write down that a vote which is casted by a poor person and a vote which is casted by a millionaire, it is the same, it is of the same value. One person, one vote simply means equal weightage to every vote. This equality is there, but there are other inequalities even in India. Highly disproportionate system between between rich and poor, where ultra rich people, and you know, they are taxpayers also, and they are highly poor people also who cannot even fulfill their basic necessities of life. However, here we can conclude our answer that democracies provide a mechanism to fight against poverty, particularly poverty. Against inequality, there are constitutional arrangements. But what about rich and poor? This disparity remains in democracies, because I told you that people have to take the opportunity. Whatever opportunities are provided by the government, they have to